Will Bosi is on fire. Following a successful second ascent of the V17 Burden of Dreams, Will Bosi just keeps climbing insanely hard boulders, including a second ascent of Isles of Wonder Sit and a first ascent of Wild South. Both are 8C or V15 boulders located in the UK. We'll discuss both of these climbs, as well as when and where we're likely to see the upcoming Burden of Dreams film, with footage of Will Bosi's historic second ascent of the boulder on April 12, 2023. First up, we have this Wild South 8C or V15 first ascent, which Will Bosi posted about on Instagram on April 28th, 2023. He says, Wild South 8C V15 first ascent. Really happy to finally climb this project. I've lost count of days, but I think somewhere around 20 sessions. Could be my longest boulder project, longer than Burden of Dreams, unless you're counting the replica sessions. Although it didn't end up being that next level, I think the moves are cool and hopefully it will get some attention. Now, I had commented here, knee bar for the win. We'll see in a moment that actually might not be the case. We'll discuss what Will means when he's saying that he was hoping for it to be the next level. One of these comments says, how many sessions before you found the knee bar / scum beta? And Will Bosi does reply, he says, too many. To be honest, I thought of the knee early on, but never tried as I didn't want it to work. Only took 3 sessions post knee bar to find. So Will Bosi found a knee bar on this boulder project. He was hoping for potentially a harder send, maybe something like V16 or even V17. But once he found this knee bar, it apparently was considerably easier to climb, though again, not very easy. We're still talking about a V15. Now, this boulder is located in Raven Tor in the Peak District of England, and it adds a low start to an existing route, Wild West 8B, which is a climb that appears to have been established as far back as 2016. So essentially, Will added a lower start to this route, and we end up with what he calls Wild South. Makes sense, right? He's starting a little bit further down, so I like his creative name choice there. Now, when we watch his video of Wild South on YouTube, one of my favorite things to see here is after he completes the climb, he essentially starts down climbing a V15 boulder. It almost looked like he was going to down climb the whole thing. He eventually does jump down here, but I was very impressed by Will Bosi's down climbing abilities. Maybe that's next for him, down climb an entire V15. Now, it's interesting if you look back at some of Will Bosi's videos on his YouTube channel from about a year ago, we do see some other sends from Raven Tor, including this Hooligan 8C Plus Sport Route, which is just to the right of this new Wild South climb that he established. If we look at the past year on Will Bosi's YouTube channel, he's sent all kinds of V15s. If you want to get inspired, definitely go check out Will Bosi's YouTube channel and look at his back catalog of videos. Next up is Isles of Wonder Sit, but real quick, if you're getting value out of this video, and if you would like to see more videos featuring climbers from the global climbing community, then definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I would love to know in the comments section how you feel about knee bars. This should be a really interesting discussion. Isles of Wonder 8C V15. This one is located at Carreg, Mianog Boulders in the Ogwen Valley in Wales. And this is a really interesting one. The video that Will posted of this on YouTube starts out with Isles of Wonder Stand, which is an 8B or V13 version of this climb. Now, I did a bit of research about Isles of Wonder Stand, and the first ascent was by Pete Robbins back in August of 2012, so quite a while ago now. And I will post a link to this Vimeo video down in the description so you can see more of his original first ascent of the stand version of this boulder. But then we see Will Bosi successfully climbing Isles of Wonder Sit. Once he reaches the top, his comment is, "That was a fight." So he definitely was trying hard on this, although he makes it look easy at the same time. And let's look at some of the comments here on YouTube. Sub Liska says, awesome job, Will. Do I remember correctly that Aidan proposed 8C+? Beautiful climb either way. And so Will Bosi responds, he says, thank you, and yes, you're correct. but I used different beta, which I think is easier. We'll talk in a second about what that beta was. So Will confirms that Aidan Roberts FA'd the sit start. And then another comment here, Myth Avatar says, can you speak on your reason to propose the downgrade to 8C? Aidan had to go away and specifically train the shoulder move for weeks for this climb. Will responds, yes, so I used different beta with a heel that made the shoulder move quite different, I think. The video of Will Bosi climbing this and the video of Aidan Roberts climbing this are both on YouTube. I'll link to those below. But as I watched how they did the sequence differently, the main thing that I noticed is that Will Bosi starts right away with this right heel hook, and he keeps that heel hook all the way up to where he has both of his hands here getting that pinch. Only then does he release that right heel, and even his sequence after that is a little bit different as well. So according to Will, he feels like this was an easier beta that he found and felt that the grade was deserving of V15. You kind of compare and contrast. Let me know what you think about the difference between how Aidan Roberts climbed this versus Will Bosi, and any of your thoughts about the grade on this boulder. No YouTube comments section is complete without a robust discussion about the grade of each particular boulder. Maybe someone wants to comment V5 in my gym. You can definitely go ahead and do that. We also see people in the comments asking about when the Burden of Dreams footage is going to be coming out. Will's like, it's coming soon, don't worry. But I love here, FB Images says, Will Bosi, you are reaching 9C level patience, replying to all these VOD comments. So I love that. Let's take a quick look at Will Bosi's thoughts and post about this on Instagram. So he says, Isles of Wonder sit, 8C. Super happy to send this incredible line and spend time in an amazing place again. It does look like really beautiful surroundings. Grade-wise, I found new beta that felt a fair bit easier to me, so I think it's hard 8C. Time will tell though. So as more people climb this, we'll get more of a consensus on the grade. And yes, I did get sunburned at the beach beforehand. Diego Borrello, the filmmaker for Burden of Dreams film coming up, he says, thought you retired from bouldering, and Will replies, honestly. But then if we scroll down, we get some insight about when we might see the Burden of Dreams film. Any updates on the release of the Burden video? You might have answered this question before. And Will Bosi says, should be early June. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So Will Bosi is saying early June for a release of the Burden of Dreams film. Do we know anything more specific than that? Well, I had sent a DM to Diego Borrello. He had posted on his Instagram story showing him editing the film. And so I just thought, oh, I'll send him a message and ask if there were any specifics on when this might be released. And he was really kind to take the time to reply on May 11th. And he said, should be beginning of June, so 1 month from now. And that was on May 11th. So I guess if it was exactly a month from that date, then we'd be seeing this on June 11th. Now, I also saw a post that had advertised an in-person film screening at a climbing gym in the UK, and that was scheduled to be like an in-person screening on June 6th. Now, shortly after I saw that post go up, it was taken down, perhaps because of an overwhelming response. Maybe too many people wanted to come in person, but that could give us a good indication. So either there was or still is this in-person event scheduled for June 6th, and if that's the case, we may very well see the Burden of Dreams film shortly after that June 6th date. I'm gonna guess somewhere between June 6th and June 15th. If you're watching this video somewhere in that range or after that, definitely check the description below, because I'll definitely put a link to it in the description as well as the comments as soon as that video is available. In terms of where we might see that video, I think the two most likely places would be either on Will Bosi's channel or on the Adidas Terrex channel. So definitely go ahead and subscribe to Will Bosi and Adidas Terrex on YouTube. Hit that, notification button to make sure that you get notified anytime a new video goes live on either of those channels. Check out this next video about Stefano Ghisolfi's incredible progress on Burden of Dreams. Will he be the one to claim the next Ascent? And hey, my name is August. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Seriously, check out these videos. They're pretty cool.